Ego, talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Yeah. You know what it is. The best daytime live show on YouTube. It's the Classic Codes. I gotta come to the ring, dog.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you want to put your mind.
Three.
And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fringe. They can't seem to get to me, babe.
Yeah, all that. Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got another great live show for y'all today. I hope y'all feel good. You know, Wednesday is my late day, so we here live in the afternoon, man. We not going to waste too much time. You know what it is. We got a live reaction video. We got a question of the day. We got a code language conversation, and we got a story time. If the chat is active, we will do chat Q&A today. I got a few minutes for y'all, man, but without further ado, we going to move right into the live reaction video because I'm not into wasting no time. I'm already late, y'all. I'm already late, man. So we can't wait. We moving over to 8 at the table, man, and we talking about why are women waiting until their 30s and 40s to listen to men. That is the topic that they came up with. So I haven't watched this segment of their podcast yet. So we're gonna go full authentic reaction, you know, as usual on the Classic Codes, and let's tap in.
Fix it. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready to sit down and be quiet. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to wear matching outfits. I'm ready to go to the family events and be quiet and let you talk. I'm gonna bring you a plate. I'm gonna fix you a nice plate. I promise. I'm gonna make you a drink. I make cocktails. You know, I'm gonna look nice. I'm gonna look pretty. I'm gonna stay in shape. I'm gonna go for walks. I mean, what do you need? Do you need me to support you? I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna help you build that business. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be your secretary. What do you need? God, I'm ready. I'm tired. This job done wore me out, y'all. They done wore me out about this job. Everything done wore me out. I done did wrong. I done mismanaged my life up here at this point. I need a life manager, and I think the life manager that I'm looking for is a husband.
What she don't know is that it's gonna get harder. Right?
All right, before they get off into their rhetoric, let me start by saying this. Why is it that you have to get to your wits' end to resort to a man? Why isn't that the desire much sooner as a normalcy? Just a stupid question. Let's go.
Be managing her shit.
I was about to say, you will be life managing that man.
Golly.
Somebody I don't want to ruin her little
they be
speech,
confused, bro.
but she finna be doing way more.
Okay.
Unless she ain't got to work. Now that's different. If she ain't got to work, then that's a big.
Having a husband lightens your load a little bit.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
You were married,
but it also.
She just said that. So
no,
so matter of factly,
it's on the pro list.
Okay.
It does,
on
but you also take on so many other responsibilities. Yeah. Depending on who you marry, I suppose.
Yes, you're adopting a son.
And if you you better have somebody that's gonna lead you in the right direction, because don't be taking on all this extra stuff. And like she said, she needs somebody to manage her life. Not you in general. I'm just saying.
It seemed like you was talking to me.
I'm just saying. She said she needs somebody to manage her life.
She got a prophetic word for you.
Right. And my spirit said.
No, because I looked away and she was still looking at me like, girl, I'm talking to you.
No, I wasn't. I think I was just having a moment.
Prophetess, baby.
I think I was just having a moment. Because, she's talking about she needed somebody to manage her life. And, she, isn't a husband, but... that's where people get things confused.
Typically, the managers are the women.
Thank you. I mean, I'm just going.
I'm quite a life manager myself. I like to manage things.
So I don't disagree. I do not disagree at all. I think in a lot of functioning marriages, the women do handle a lot of the management aspect of some things in the household, as well as some scheduling and things like that. Women are good in management roles, hence great secretaries, great assistants. They're generally women. They have good attention to detail. They can take their nurturing nature and put it into tasks and projects. I agree wholeheartedly with that. With that being said, that's what lets you know that women who are fit to be wives are generally wifed up or going to get wifed up. And women who are suffering from being chronically single, though they would like to be wives, they speak different languages. And the woman that they're reacting to, whose commentary that they're reacting to, she isn't a wife because she isn't fit to be a wife, hence the language that she speaks. If women are typically the managers in most functioning marriages, as I agree with them, and she is having issues with managing her life, ding, 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 you are not fit to be a wife. Not yet anyway, but if I were her, I would try to get to work immediately and, get out on that mission that she was talking about to secure herself a husband, because the lady didn't look terrible or anything like that. But let's continue.
Things I like.
You're more than welcome to come and work for me.
For money?
For love.
Yeah. For love, because people that get married, they working for love.
Yep.
Not money, child.
I feel like, why do women have to get to the end of all this and like fed up and down to like, I'm so desperate, I'm so deprived, and everything is hard and all these bills, in order to like come to a point where you just meet a man and like listen?
I think she was being like, what's the word?
Honest.
No. Yeah, I think that was like
Somebody in the back said honest.
Because to be honest, she's probably either okay.
I saw a car seat in the back.
I know. She wants to. She's ready to settle.
I did. That's the first thing I look at when I see a woman's car seat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's probably ready to settle now. She's like, all right.
You got a car seat in your shit?
And the car seat?
Trunk.
Hidden.
Trunk. I've done it.
You're redoing the car seat every time?
It's a little one. Boop, boop.
It's a booster.
Oh, it's a boosty.
Yeah,
Oh.
She's at that age. She's not like.
I think she's at the point where she's just like, all right, I'll just take what I can if it's going to help me out.
Yes, and my question is, why wait till you get to that point? Don't you see that?
Beautiful question.
That y'all are on a time limit more than we're on a time limit?
I don't know. See, that's another thing that I don't always agree with, but that's just, like, I think
I'm getting sick of hearing people disagree with reality. You can disagree with reality all you want. It's still reality. I just choose not to accept that as my reality. Well, you live in it. You getting older, and the older you get, the less attractive you get. Secure somebody while you are in your prime. That's when you're going to like your options or your pick of the litter. As the older you get, the less you're going to like your pickings. And then you're going to be out here complaining about the dating market and the climate. Well, it's because you're not supposed to be still dating at your, ideally, you're not supposed to still be dating at these tender and ripe ages. You're supposed to be locked in already, but you wanted to play. And here we are. Let's go.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, finish. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Which one? Who's you? Me or her?
She's being funny.
Oh, okay.
But not all women move on that time clock thing. Like, not all women are like, okay, well, I have to do this before I get to a certain age, or I have to have kids by this time. Some people just move in the different seasons of their life. So maybe at that season of her life, she was focusing on work. So that's why shit got real heavy for her. And she was taking on a lot for herself.
She did say she mismanaged.
Oh, she did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think in their mind they had a plan that of who they wanted when they were younger, and they may not have made the right moves, or the man made the wrong moves, and now the pool has gotten very small. And now when that pool is smaller and then the men know their worth and they're not putting up with a lot of nagging and yapping. That
because that's all it comes with.
I can give you more words.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, though, you know, yeah.
If you want.
Are they going to be negative words?
No, I'm saying that I'm saying what men don't want to put up with.
I mean, I think that's true.
I can tell you what we do want to put up with.
I think what we're forgetting is that men and women both have things that we just don't want to put up with. Men don't want to put up with certain stuff with us, and we don't want to put up with certain stuff with men. So it's not just women who are like, oh, I'm growing up and I'm not finding anything. There are a lot of single men out there that have to go start being sugar daddies or talking to younger women or whatever. What?
To the point, there's so many single men.
So many.
Because there's now an epidemic of male loneliness.
Right.
We're not calling. There's no epidemic of female loneliness.
And at the end of the day, men always talk about,
I mean, yeah. Okay, I got so much to say. Okay, so in regards to male loneliness epidemic makes sense because men aren't the ones that are saying that we don't need women. So a plethora or an abundance or a spike in men not having women would spark a trend of male loneliness because we will outwardly express as men, as a brotherhood, that we want to have a woman or women or whatever the case may be. We not trying to live life without the involvement with women as a brotherhood. I can speak on behalf of men in that way. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it makes sense that there would be a trend of male loneliness because we never denied wanting women. And if we are without, then yeah, we'll let you know, shit, we don't like this shit. On the other hand, women who are alone, all over the internet, all over social media, and even in person, they say they straight. When they single, they say they straight. I'm good with and I'm good without. They're indifferent. So there wouldn't be a trend of women saying, I'm lonely, because y'all swear y'all cool. Y'all swear y'all don't need us. So it makes sense that there's a trend for one being lonely and not a trend for the other. So let's dispel that bullshit she talking about.
Marrying age. I don't know what that is.
First of all, no, that is primarily in their 20s. And they're not, actually, I would argue they're primarily Gen Zs.
We all have Google.
Let's Google it.
And then
it's very simple because women been had the lonely epidemic for the ones who are single and old. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
We gave them a word. It's called cat ladies. Right? Like we've been knowing about them.
What men are saying is that women basically want too much too soon. Like on the first date, women are always asking for money. Women are always just like, they can't even meet a woman that they like because off rip, it's like, what you coming with? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men are not even dating, or they can't even find a girl that is where they can get past the second, third date because they already ran out of cash. Like, so the women are just different now and in a lot of different age groups. And that's making it harder for people to date. Like,
no, it's not. It's a whole bunch of modest females. They just be in the house, but we gonna find them. We gonna pull them out. We gonna have the right type of events or catch them at the right type of settings because they got to go outside for something. We gonna catch us a modest one. The fellas that's determined, they gonna be patient and they gonna catch them a nice, modest, good woman. They rare, but they out here. They out here and they go to places. They go to libraries. They go to Barnes and Nobles. They go to Starbucks. They go places. They go to the grocery store. We gonna catch them. We not settling for y'all though. No. All them females she talking about that like to dive in people's pockets before any level of commitment is established, before you really even know each other, before any of this, you come with all these requirements, before we even get to these stages where this shit makes sense. All those women, let them crash out. Let them crash out. Because one thing about the clock is it don't stop. The clock don't stop. They getting older by the second. Let them crash out. They're going to be out here just like Vivica Fox, just like Melissa Ford, just like Tracy Ellis Ross. It's a whole list of them. Yep. 50, 60, 65, 70, just alone. Let them crash out. Let them crash out. Listen, here's a fundamental difference. This is the other point I wanted to make. Here's a fundamental difference that they're failing to realize. The sister right here with the black sweater on, I don't know her name. Here's a fundamental difference she failing to realize is that women have to be chosen. Men do selecting, right? Women have to be chosen. Men do the selecting. So here's the thing. If a woman want to end up with a man, and a man want to end up with a woman, he has a pool of women to choose from or attempt to choose from. The women have to be selected. So if you want to be selected, especially by somebody who you find attractive, it would behoove you to understand what they want and align yourself. That's how you attract what you want. But if you out here taking the position, I don't care what men want, you will be without a man. It's like literally, it's literally the definition of being outside of alignment. I want these results, but I'm not going to behave in a way that will get me the results because I'm too stubborn to change my ways or to think differently, or I'm on some, feminism the feminism parasite is still wrapped around my fucking cerebral cortex and I can't shake it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the results or you don't want the results. Like, how much pushing back you going to do? We adjust to women all the time. Fellas, tell me when I start lying. Men adjust to women all the time. Women start saying what they want change. We start changing because we want women. You never seen the movement of men saying they decentering women, or men are out here, what they say, men going their own way, whatever that trend is. We still want women. We still want women. We just not, you niggas have given up on chasing. Let me know you like me and we'll go from there. That's what a lot of dudes out here on now. Let me know that you like me some way, somehow, and we'll go from there. That's what dudes on now. Dudes is done hunting. Niggas is tired of the humiliation rituals outside. Humiliation rituals. How many? Raise your hand if you've seen somebody be humiliated before trying to shoot their shot. Just making a genuine advance at a woman that he thinks is purty. And she embarrassed the nigga. Niggas done checked out on all that. They done checked out, man. We not doing all that, man. I like who like me. That's the trend going around in the male community. Not male loneliness. Is I like who like me going around in the male community. Niggas is waiting on females to give them a real good choosing signal. You damn near gonna have to wink now. Hey, it's okay. Come holler. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, cold approaching, dead. 2025, cold approaching, over with. Yeah. We not shooting at the gym. We not shooting at the coffee shops. We not doing none of that shit. Hey, sisters, the gig is up. The thing about a lick is all licks run out. During the pandemic, niggas was touching PPP monies and all this, and it was money in the streets, and all type of bread was coming out, and government money and fraud money and scam money. And the females that out here that had a little pretty privilege, they was running up bags, finessing niggas, getting over, doing this, doing that. 2025, everybody back outside. The economy is toe up all the way from the ground up. You feel me? All that finessing is dead. It's dead. The men have spoken. Listen, pay attention to the internet. I'm not speaking on behalf of myself. Don't worry about me. I'm speaking for us. It's dead. Everybody done with that. The few simps running around on the internet, the few lames that still got a couple dollars left that's running around pandering to women, go find one of them. And when you go dig into them niggas be having 5 baby mamas. So they don't even have no discipline. They pandering to females and going crazy with the attention they get. Them niggas ain't no better than the rest of us that y'all hate over here that you call red pill. You feel what I'm saying? So, the ones that don't want to get in alignment with what men like, let them crash out. Let them crash out. Remember, fellas, you only need one. You only need one.
A lot is changing. So I don't feel if anything, I feel like a lot of women are like enjoying themselves because they're just having a good time now.
Sorry,
like they're just, men are gonna still, the ones that can take you out on dates, they're gonna take you out on dates. You can have your little good time, and you can decide which one I like better. And then the men are just like, I gotta keep spending money.
Those are the older men.
The older men? No, I mean the YNs got it. Oh, they got it. They got it better.
Some of the YNs do.
I mean, okay, yes, they have money to spend on you, but they also haven't gone through.
I'm saying the young dudes got it. There is no one group of people for anything.
Younger than 25.
But I'm saying the YNs, yes, even if they have the money to spend on you and take you on dates and provide and whatever the hell you want, they still haven't gone through much.
Right. That's true.
Very immature. You're going to have to, that's who you're going to go through the bullshit with.
Absolutely.
The older men are a little seasoned, been through some shit.
Patient with your stupid shit.
Hey, y'all notice we not talking about, y'all notice what they're not talking about? Nobody's talking about falling in love. Nobody's talking about actually liking somebody. Nobody's talking about intangibles. Nobody's talking about, if I could just simply find somebody that make me laugh and, doesn't give up on relationships easy, I could work with that. Like nobody's starting from the ground, right? This whole conversation is about resources. And that's why the game fucked up now. We got the numbers, y'all. Y'all swear this stuff ain't easy to look up. Y'all got Chat GPT. Look up the average income for a Black American woman in the United States. Look up the average income. Look up the percentage of Black American women that make over 6 figures. The money it's available. People got to file taxes. We ain't talking about people that's out here scamming and making it on the low. We talking about people that's making their money over the counter, right? Paying taxes. The numbers available, y'all. These females broke. Okay? They broke. And a lot of dudes struggling too. And that's why they out here talking about, you got to be a provider. And hey, listen, if you need some help, just say that. But really, other than saying that, you really could just say, I do all right for myself. You could meet a man that do all right for himself that you really like. And y'all could put y'all resources together and build. You see how realistic that sounds? You doing all right for yourself, but you could be doing better. He doing all right for himself, and he could be doing better. And y'all really, really like each other. Damn, y'all done fell in love even. Why not put all that, what y'all got going on together and go from there? That shit sound like it'll work. Is that too much like right? No, in the door, you got to come move in ready. Man, come on now. I don't even know if it's love. I don't know if it's love or charity. When it's like that, I don't know if it's love or charity. Come on, man. It's hard to tell.
Actually, older men are actually more averse to, I think, women's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because it's like, cool. Nobody has time for this. I did this already.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I just saw Shannon Sharp, and I don't want to believe that. like Shannon Sharp out here making older men look terrible. No, he didn't. Cassie and Diddy's team overshadowed that shit.
Yeah, like
so he got
lucky as fuck.
He just went back to work. Young women are like saying, "I'm going to take advantage of these older guys," and
everybody looking for a lick. Everybody looking for a stain. The thing about a lick is every lick dry up. The thing about a lick is every lick dry up. It ain't a lick. There's no lick in the history of all licks and stains and plays, whatever you call them, where you from, jugs, wherever you from, whatever y'all call them. It ain't no play that ever didn't dry up, fam. Every play that ever was ran dried up, fam. The credit card dried up. It might have came back, but it dried up. You feel me? The little infomercial calls dried up. The fake emails dried up. Every lick, it run out, folks. It might circle back. It might spin the block. The ATMs might tweak again or something like that, whatever y'all got going on. You feel me? But it's never. So when the females out here trying to finesse from this guy to finesse to that guy, finesse to this, AG, at some point, that shit gonna dry up. You know when it dry up? When you hit the wall. Because the thing about the clock is the clock don't stop. And using your looks to maintain your funds, that shit got an expiration on it. Because it ain't even that. Here go the thing too about females. Because I love me a seasoned woman, right? It's women that could easily look good their whole life. It's women right now, 70 something, and they fine as hell for 70 something. If I was 70 something, that'd be who I'm shooting at. Oh, that's a badass chick my age. You see what I'm saying? There are women who could look good for their age, their whole life. The problem is you get to a point in your life where even though you look good for your age, there is a young woman who just became a grown woman that look a little better now. And you once were her. You see what I'm saying? That's how this shit go. So the whole concept of not embracing the fact that that's reality and not getting out here and competing for a man while you in your prime and locking in the best pick of the litter available to you, it would be naive not to do so. You know what I'm saying? But we had a comment. JD said, the intangibles are not there. That's why it's both love and charity. Love for who? That's what I need to know. Love for both of them. Love for the man. Love for the woman. Charity for who? Break that down. Let's go.
It's a lot going on. Like, people are not really dating. Everybody's lonely.
And it's not even like
Actually,
taking
women aren't
advantage of the older guys, because the older guys know what game this is.
They love being alone.
It's because women actually have community with their friends, and men don't share those same types of friendships. So that's why women aren't
or less lonely.
Yeah.
Wait, women are known to not even be able to remain friends after
what
a
women are you
trip.
talking about?
Wait, what are they actually buying this shit? Women are lonely. Men who desire a woman and don't have one, they get lonely sometimes. Women who desire a man and don't have one, they get lonely sometimes. Are we about to have a conversation that's outside of the confines of human nature? Just because women on the internet talking about whether I do or don't have a man, I'm good. You think just because you say it, you think we believe that shit? I never believed that shit. I'm a grown man. I have testosterone and I'm stoic. When I'm not broadcasting, fam, I'm like this. On an amazing day, I'm right here. On a horrible day, I'm right here. You don't know how I feel. And I can admit to y'all, if I wanted a woman and couldn't have a woman, I'd get lonely sometimes. What is this whole thing where we got to get on the internet, act like we are superhuman or some shit? Let's bring being human beings back. Everybody worry about what the shit look like. I did a code language the other day, and a thug tear came down my eye. I meant that shit so much. It happened. What y'all want me to edit it out? I gotta be a real nigga. I know I could beat 95% of the population of men up. It's a small percentage of men who have trained in combat that'll give me some go. The rest of y'all untrained, you have nothing for me at all. And I don't even move through I don't move through my life like a tough guy. Everybody who trains in the art of pugilism, some form or fashion, they know what they'll do to the average pedestrian. You feel me? So none of us have to overcompensate or do this or do that. Like, you could be who you are, fam, and just express that, you know what, if I wanted this and I didn't have this in my life, I could see myself experiencing loneliness. But that's not cool to say. It don't sound good to say it out loud. It don't roll off the tongue well. The comments ain't gonna hit right. So we got to play it like, the females, they out here talking about, whether I end up with a man or not, I'm cool. I do good for myself. Like money, you can't cuddle with the bag. You can't cuddle with the bag. You might hold your Birkin that night. It don't hit the same. It don't hit the same as holding me. All this chocolate. It don't hit the same. It don't. So all that you can't cuddle with your title at work. You can't cuddle with your title. You can't cuddle with your promotion. You understand? Like, what is this shit? It's crazy. Let's go.
I'm just saying, we see that girls go on trips, come back not friends.
Women build community though.
But I was about to say,
she said,
I understand what you're saying.
I said build community.
You also mentioned friendship. You also mentioned friendship.
But I said women are not lonely because they build community.
And then
what?
You also mentioned
and then you mentioned the word friendship. So that's what you're trying to.
No, because friendships are a part of the community. I didn't say friendships are the community.
Does everybody here have lifelong friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why my childhood best friend and her birthday in Houston the other week.
My sister we've been best friends since kindergarten. She came here last time. We about to go do her wedding.
Okay, never.
Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, everybody I know has lifelong friends. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter the group, the demographic, the age, whatever. People are not dating like they used to. It's just it's different now. Everything is expensive. Everybody's trying to get over on each other. Men think that women are outside looking slutty. Women are thinking that, I'm not saying I'm just saying a lot of guys are complaining about how women are, liberal.
Wear less.
Shout out to Aura Lounge in New Jersey. It was recommended by my good friend Rome. And they have a strict dress code. And the dress code says anyone wearing too revealing clothes. What is it? Too much revealing clothes?
I'm glad you stuttered too. Yeah.
Wearing clothes that are revealing past their liking will not be allowed. You must be fully clothed to enter their lounge, which I think is beautiful.
It's also a Mediterranean spot too. So you have to point
It's
that
a beautiful
out.
thing.
They don't play with that.
Is that the drink place that you go to?
Nah, that's Portuguese. But no, I went over there and
I like that. I need to go to that spot next time I'm on the East Coast. I need to slide over there. I like that. You got to wear some clothes to come in here. I like that. See, that's what I'm saying. Give us some locations where we can find, get the men out here that's looking for a wife and they being intentional so they can stop running into these chicks that's trying to, find their way out of thottery and shit like that and find them a woman who been making good decisions. Give us some locations to tap in with them. Where are those spots at? Oh, the spot where you got to have clothes on? I'm going to start there. I'm gonna start there for looking. You feel me? Let me swing through there and see what all these fully dressed women who take their pictures facing the camera look like. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that though. Let's go.
they were doing it.
They were doing it.
They were doing it.
They were doing it. They're doing it.
We're gonna see. I believe we're gonna see that be the new norm.
What?
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the rest of the world is conservative, and everybody's traveling.
All right, y'all. We're gonna move on from this though, because we've been on this joint 30 minutes. But yeah, man, I think the question that we had from the reaction video was why do women wait to their 30s and 40s to start listening to a man and stuff like that? And I think it's a lot of different reasons. But if you had to narrow it down, let's just narrow it down to 3 to close this topic out. I would just say it's bad advice from elders and influencers, whether that be aunts, moms, grandmas, whatever, bad advice, media, societal influence, right? Agenda, propaganda, all of that. And then the third one would probably be lack of discipline, right? Hormones. We all have desires. We all have hormones and stuff like that. But we all got to exercise some restraint. And it's better to learn it sooner than later, especially when it comes to intimacy. But, there's a lot of grown-ass adults that was oops babies. And there's a lot of grown-ass adults that's making oops babies every day. And so, we got to have these conversations. So hopefully we can stop 1 or 2, but it is what it is. But that's it for the reaction video today. Let's move on into the question of the day. All right, question of the day. And the question of the day, question of the day is sponsored by Coach Life, the Coach Life brand. Make sure y'all tap in on Instagram with the Coach Life podcast as well on YouTube, Coach Life podcast. But that's my brother's brand. Make sure y'all tap in. And the question of the day was provided by them. Shout out to Coach Life. Shout out to my big bro. But the question of the day, did victim mentality become a trend? Did the victim mentality become a trend? I have to say that it definitely became, I don't want to say trendy, because I don't know if that's necessarily the right word, but I do want to say that it became more acceptable to play victim. Like at different points in our societal history, it definitely was much more of a, man, get your ass up type of energy, right? Or you all right, it was more of that type of energy. Today, it's a much more of a, type of energy. And let me see, you got a boo-boo. It's a much more of that type of energy. It's very much a participation trophy type of energy. It's very much a, men, it's okay to cry in public type of energy. It's very much, you get what I'm saying? The energy different. The energy different. Shout out to Fendi Frost. Y'all go listen to that song. The energy different. But it's very, very different now. And so did the victim mentality become a trend? I can't say it became a trend, but I can say with the way that everything has been feminized, it's become a lot more of a useful tool, right? I've seen people start the argument, trigger the other person, and then play victim. And it worked. I seen it happen. Full gaslight. Trigger the other person, then play victim. Why? Because this what people would do. This one of the main things people do when they play victim. They'll disrespect you and then try to police your response by playing victim, right? So they'll call you outside your name. But then when you want to actually have a physical altercation, they'll tell you taking it too far. And, oh my God, this person wants to hurt me. You don't get to choose how somebody responds to your disrespect. Your choice was to be or not to be disrespectful, right? And so I see it all the time. I think the best example we have of people playing victim when they're, not actually a victim is, you know, gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of taking on the victim mentality. It's kind of a covert. Like if you depending on when you're doing it. We got a comment. Justin Davis said, it's always been there. The statement victim mentality was thought up because it's so commonplace. I agree. Yeah, the victim mentality has always existed. The term Karen doesn't exist for no reason. You know, we know what it is. You know what I mean? We know what it is. We know who Emmett Till is. We know the lies people make up. We know when people play or cry wolf. You know, we understand these things. You know, the victim mentality has been weaponized for a long time, no doubt. But did it become a trend? I can't say trend. I just think because of the times that we're in, that particular tool that's been weaponized over time anyway, I believe that particular tool is a much more powerful weapon these days. It's a much bigger, you know, blick these days, playing the victim. We seeing it be monetized. We're seeing it be weaponized. You know, we're seeing it. I've seen in the corporate environment, I've seen men lose their jobs over lies. Seen it. Seen the woman flirt with the guy for weeks in front of my face. Seen them set up a swap, you know, set up a kick, you know, oh, we're gonna do something this weekend. I'm seeing it, listening to it in the cubicle. They talking about it in my cubicle. All of a sudden, you know, something go on with this and that, and all of a sudden he done touched you by the printer. Yeah, really. And he always weirded you out. And that man fired before they could fully investigate. I'm raising my hand. Please pull me into HR so I can snitch and tell the truth. I hate seeing men get lied on. Men get victimized. You know what I mean? I hate seeing it. I hate seeing anybody get lied on, honestly. But when somebody used when they play that card, you know what card I'm talking about. I don't want it to sound like I'm attacking a certain gender, but when they play that card and they know nothing happened to them for real, that makes it hard for people who actually are victims to be believable. It hurts us all. The liars hurt us all. Can we agree? But yeah, to answer the question in short and around this question of the day out, did the victim mentality become a trend? Not a trend, but definitely a much more potent tool to be weaponized against people for a lot of different reasons. For sure. So shout out to, once again, shout out to Coach Life Brand for presenting us with the question of the day today. For sure. All right, y'all, we moving on into the story time. We got to head over into the wonderful world of TikTok. Yes, Lord, you know these get interesting. This story time, I really didn't listen to it all, so I hope it's a one-piece story because last time they hit us with a part 2 and the video ended up being inconclusive. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. I like giving y'all authentic reactions. And so if it doesn't say part 2 in the video, then I won't know until I watch it with y'all. Y'all see my TikTok booming. I posted a reel today. Y'all, my bad, y'all. Oh, it's not on the screen yet. Y'all good. Y'all didn't even see that. I got hella notifications. Hold on. What we doing? Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. So I don't even know what this story time. Oh, this story time is crazy. So this is something about her ex-husband is dating her daughter. So I didn't watch it. So we're going to find out together. Let's go.
My first husband, and about 7 months after I left, I remember getting home and there was a note in my screen door. I opened it up and it said, "I heard you was a model. Call me." So me being a model back then, of course, I was excited and intrigued. And so I ended up calling the number and a woman answered. We talked a little bit about my modeling career, and then she said to me what she really wanted. She said to me, "Honey, I actually don't want to discuss your modeling career." She said, "Your ex-husband is dating my daughter, and I'm noticing some things, and I would really like to get some information about him. Do you mind talking to me about it?" So, you know, I didn't just leave my ex-husband, I escaped my ex-husband. Of course, I was reluctant out of fear, but this was a mom trying to protect her daughter, and I wanted to help with that. So we talked, and what's crazy is all of the things that he did to me in that relationship dynamic, he was doing to her. And the red flags were all there, and the daughter, of course, was smitten by him because that's the type of man he was. But the mom could read past it all. And we would talk about specifics of some of the things that he was doing to her. And the patterns and the things he was doing to her were the exact same things that man was doing to me. And I finally got the courage to leave, and he found someone else to do this to. So babe, if you're in a situation like this, I just want you to know it won't get better. He will not change. I don't care how many times he says he will. He's going to be that way with you, or he's going to be that way with someone else. You have to have the courage to leave. You have to have the mental fortitude and the mental strength to know that you can do better, that you deserve better, that you are enough, and that you are capable and deserving of so much better. That is not love. That is not a relationship. That is toxic. It's going to lead you to an early death, because physically, the stress that comes with that is going to make you sick. So leave. I was 22 years old when I left my first husband, and about 7.
All right, y'all. All right, let me lock in. So very interesting, very interesting story. She was very vague in regards to the level or the type of abuse or what have you the gentleman put her through, because she said she escaped him. So I'm assuming there was some form or some level of some type of abuse or control or something like that was going on. She was very vague in her story, but in regards to, I would have questions if I was her. If this guy was an abusive and obsessive guy and maybe a narcissist or whatever, and he seems to be, she said the other lady is smitten by him because that's the type of person he is. I guess this gentleman must be a charmer that she's talking about. The thing is, what is it like? He charms you and gets you to a certain point, and then he shows you who he really is. Is it one of these types of things? Because she's giving this woman a warning saying that he won't change and it won't get better. But I'm trying to figure out how on earth the mother of the woman he's dating now got this woman's address and left a note on her door. I got questions. How did she get her address to go leave a note on her door to lure her into a conversation? I mean, I'm thinking if this guy is this manipulative and this charming, there could be a different play, going on here. So I don't know. If I was her, I'd watch her 6 too. I'm seeing this from a whole different angle because it sounds like a movie anyway. So it sound like Jennifer Lopez enough to me. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think everybody out here need to go back to dating in a way, let's take this and make a bigger message out of it. I think that a lot of people need to go back to dating inside of their web, right? Like date a friend of a friend, date somebody to know somebody to know somebody, ask somebody, if they know anybody single, like stay inside your web. All this cross country dating, all this, flying out and just random, yeah, you might bump into somebody that's a high level weirdo. Your life might be on the line. Like it's weird people out here to just be freely just diving off in to just go date whoever. There has to be some type of vetting process to keep people safe, particularly the women, right? So I don't know. This is a unique story. I have appreciation for her telling her story and sending it out as a warning because it seems like her intentions all in all were good. I hope she would be a little less vague, if you're going to give somebody a warning on something to look out for, maybe be a bit more specific. But all in all, like I said, dope story time. And we're going to move on. We're going to move on off of the story time. So now we're moving into the code language. Hold on. The code language conversation for the day is on fear. We're talking about fear today. And like y'all know how we do on the code language conversation, we always go to the actual book definition first, and then we're going to work off that. So the definition of fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. I'll read it one more time. Fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. That's what fear is. So I want y'all to also understand that outside of the definition of fear, emotions are energy, right? Emotions carry frequency, right? So you have to be careful in operating outside of fear. It's very important not to be fearful. Sometimes operating in a space of courage and bravery, or even being able to overcome fear, is something that it's based in perspective. So I'll give y'all some of my perspective that allows me to be a fearless person, because I don't fear anything, right? Like I don't fear success. I don't fear failure. I don't fear getting to the mountaintop, falling to the floor. I don't fear starting over. I don't fear loss. I don't fear gain. I don't fear. I don't fear death. I don't fear life. I don't fear, right? I don't live in fear. I don't operate in fear. I understand fear, right? But I choose not to be fearful. Here's the perspective that allows me to be unafraid, and operate in a state of fearlessness, because it's possible. Everybody does not live in fear. So how I conceptualize it is, there was a time where I wasn't here. I didn't exist always, right? So in a way, I've been dead before. I came into existence. I'm here now. The energy that runs me always been here. Cool. At some point, somehow, no matter how good I take care of myself, this body will eventually break down, and this energy will have somewhere else to go. But this version of me, this right here, all this will be, you know what I'm saying? It'll be over with. It's inevitable. How it may come, when it may come, what it's going to look like, all of those things are things that nobody has any reason to be afraid of. You can choose to be afraid of those things, but for what? If it is the inevitable, embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be in a situation where your fight, flight, freeze, those responses aren't in your control because fear has paralyzed you? Look, speaking of paralyzation, Robert says fear can be paralyzing to those who overthink. Absolutely. And that's why I want to talk about fear today, because it carries a frequency. And oftentimes in the media, in the news, they do energy vampirism. So they'll put everyone in a state of fear in order to make it easier to manipulate and control the flock, the sheeple, the people who are a part of the masses, the majority, the people who aren't conscious or free in thought. So fear is a tool, and it's weaponized against the public often. So I think a lot of people should find different ways to stay away from being afraid. Like even in the denomination of Christianity I was raised in, you were taught to only fear God. Only fear God. I don't believe in fearing anything, especially God. Actually, especially God, my loving Lord and Savior, who gave me life and wakes me up every day. Why on earth would I be afraid of you, of all people, of out of everybody? You know, so being taught fear in any capacity, I think is harmful. Fear is one of the words where I actually would say it's a negative word. Like a lot of times we'll have a word and the word isn't negative or positive. We just happen to use it with a negative connotation more than we use it positive. So people look at the term itself like it's negative. Fear is not that way. Fear is negative for sure. So I would advise everybody to find the perspective that they need to embrace everything that life and reality encompasses. And once you embrace that, take a deep breath, accept it, and you should be able to release all the fear from yourself. Like sometimes y'all just got to get to a place where it's like, fuck it. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Like people looking up in the sky now, they starting to see all the different things in the sky. You know, it could be a government project, or it really could be what we would call extraterrestrials, but it's just niggas who've been living here in different parts of the world that they don't tell us about. And they coming over here. You know what I'm saying? Finna come holler at us right quick. People getting scared, people getting afraid. I seen the little red planet in the sky when the sun and the moon were both out, and everybody was getting it on camera and stuff like that. And people like, oh my God, you know, this, that, and the third. And you got the Christians saying, oh, Jesus coming back. You got some other people saying the Anunnaki are here. You got all this, that, and the third. And I just shrugged my shoulders at all that shit. Like, man, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. I ain't even asked to be here in the first place. So however the shit go, it's just going to go. Like all that getting anxious and what we going to, man, we going to cross these bridges when we get to them. That's what we going to do. Plan for what you can. Everything else, call an audible. Be good on your feet. That's all I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? Be a good decision maker. And hopefully you make the decisions that'll get you through the times. Rob says, why is don't fear death? Why is don't fear death? Because it is inevitable. It's coming now or later, whether you like it or not. I'm not sure how you meant to word that first part, but I'm with you. Yeah, it is. It's inevitable. It'll come, and it'll come some way. And no matter how you go, whatever pain is involved with it, it'll be temporary. I think a lot of people have a fear of pain. You know, some people don't want to suffer and pass. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But I would say this. If that truly is a fear, then maybe weaponize the fear that you feel. Get in alignment with your fears, right? So if I'm a person who fears a painful passing, right? Like I don't fear death, but let's just say I fear a painful death or a tragic death, right? Then I'm not going to be on the expressway driving 120 in my sports car, right? Like I'm not going to make that decision if I fear that for real. And I'm not going to get in the car with people who drive like that, right? It's certain decisions in my life that's going to be in alignment with, you know, my desire or my lack thereof a desire to have a certain experience. You know what I mean? Like I know some people who have a fear of drowning and they refuse to get in big bodies of water. At least their behavior is in alignment with what their fear is. But, you know, it's a reasonable fear to have. People drown every day. So it's like you can't really tell some people not to be afraid, but I would encourage you to feel other things outside of fear. Like I feel anxiety sometimes. I feel hesitant sometimes. I feel there's other things you could feel other than being scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It benefits nobody. Your fear could get somebody trying to help you hurt in a million different scenarios. Your ass being too afraid to do what needs to be done in said situation could get someone who's trying to help you hurt. How many times we look at a movie and they got about 3 seconds? They don't know they got 3 seconds, but they got 3 seconds. And the person stick their hand out and they say, jump. You got to jump right now. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. And the cliff just dropped. It's over with. Goofy, you should have jumped. You had 2 seconds left. You didn't have time to be scared. Now you're gone. Now you're gone. Or somebody jump out there to try to get you. Come on. You can. They jump off the helicopter to talk to you on the ledge that's falling and crumbling and tell you it's okay. The rope's right there. Just jump for the rope. You can do this. They jump off the safe helicopter onto the crumbling ledge with you to talk you into being brave enough to save your own damn life. You finally jump and catch the rope, and the ledge crumble while the fool that gave you the motivational speech still standing there because you're scary ass. Don't be scared. I would encourage people to find different ways to deal with their perspectives on this life and how this shit goes, can go, might go, and just embrace it all so you don't have to operate and live your life through fear. Whatever it is, it's going to be. It amazes me, too, how many people have religion and still have fear. Because it's like your belief system is supposed to remove that from you. It's supposed to give you the solace that you need in times where fear may be present. So maybe y'all got to get back in y'all words heavier, whichever word it may be. We got a comment. JD said, fear and hope are two sides of the same cube. Okay. Fear and hope. People hope out of fear. I can see that. I definitely can see that. People hope out of fear. They hope for this, so so it won't be that, this, that, and the third. But yeah, man, let's move off of that. That's the code language for the day. Fear. Hope y'all could take something from that. And of course, always get better from it, crack the codes, and and let's grow. Let's get better. If y'all disagree with my concept or my take on it, or if y'all think fear is useful or has a positive way to be weaponized, please feel free. Offer me perspectives that I do not have. I'm here to learn too, for sure. But that's the code language. So we done with our segments for the day, chat. I see it's a few of y'all in here. Make sure y'all tap that like button. But we can move in and chat Q&A. Y'all got any subject matter for me? Anything y'all want me to talk about, touch on? Y'all want my POV on? Anything at all? Any topic or whatever. You know what I mean? Y'all can ask personal questions. If I don't want to tell you, I won't. If I do, I will. But yeah, holla at me. If y'all don't have nothing, I'll give y'all like 2 minutes. Throw a question in the chat. If not, we're going to tap out for the day. Y'all let me know. Let me know, chat. Let me know. How the song go? This been a good one, man. Y'all know I come late. I come on live late on Wednesdays, man. I have physical therapy this morning. Oh, I could walk, y'all. I could walk. Can't run, but I could walk. Slowly, but I could walk. We getting there. That's for my subscribers that's been keeping up with my progress on my knee injury that I suffered. I am on my feet, and I'm out of that big ass cybernetic brace, y'all. Yeah. All right, we got 1 more minute, chat. I'm gonna play the rest of this verse. If don't no questions drop by the end of this verse, then we gonna tap out. It is what it is. Let's go.
Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes, yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize, you can't find another me. Let's get focused, want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long mouth.
All right, we got a question. Here we go. Justin Davis, are the scary movies like The Grudge or The Purge based in reality? I believe so. I believe a form of reality, cinematic reality, right? So showing us without showing us. It may not look exactly like that, but something like that type shit. I don't know what The Grudge is really about, but I do know The Purge very well. I've seen all of them. I love the movies. I've always said if there was an actual purge, I would probably go outside. I'm not going to lie to you. Sitting inside the crib with the doors locked, hoping don't nobody do it to me. Can't do it. I got to get active. I got to be on the move. I got to see what's going on. I ain't really worried about, who out there. They should be worried about whether or not they going to run into me. And if they run into me, play nice, I'll give some grace. But I definitely would probably be outside if there ever was a purge. But could I see us ever getting to a place where something that radical happens? Nah, I think it comes in the form of like martial law. Something like that, you know what I mean? Nationwide curfew, some wild shit, where it get real radical, and then you may see a public uprising or some pushback, shit like that. But I don't think you ever gonna see a situation unless like, the alien invasion or the extraterrestrial, like if it's something to that, like if it really is some people that's more powerful than us that come up through the ice wall or come up out the ocean, from the depths, or come, from the ocean in the sky, whichever, from out the firmament, whatever the situation is. If it's some creatures that we don't know about that's more powerful than us show up, you know what I mean, and produce Armageddon for humans, and the world become lawless for a short period of time, like let's make it more realistic than the aliens. Let's say if the grid go down, we lose all power, we lose all, Wi-Fi, we lose everything, right? Power, Wi-Fi, everything, right? Let's say the grid drop, right? There would be some days, maybe potentially weeks, so you never even know, months of lawlessness. There will be lawlessness. And if it's lawless outside, that's the purge. That's what that is. Literally. So, you got some people outside. You got a whole bunch of people outside for different reasons. You got a few people outside that's just on a mission to go find fresh water. And you got some dudes outside that's going to go force their fantasy on somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of weird people in this world. And if it's ever lawless outside, you will find out just how weird they are. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say people shouldn't be operating in fear. You said, or The Exorcist. I don't know about The Exorcist. Paranormal Activity. All of that stuff can be rooted in real life. I mean, the magic, the wonders of this world and the magic of this earth is, it's abundant. You know what I'm saying? It very much is abundant, but a lot of those things were we were vilified. A lot of things, a lot of the magic of this world was vilified. They told y'all all witches was bad and that witchcraft was evil and demonic. They told y'all voodoo was evil and demonic. They told y'all voodoo was evil and demonic. They told y'all, sidekicks was, something to them, but y'all listen to a prophetess or a prophet, but a sidekick got to be evil and demonic. They told y'all. So a lot of the people that can do magic, even the airbenders and shit, y'all starting to see them pop up on TikTok and on Instagram and expose themselves a little bit. The people that's making the wind blow and shit like that, like they told y'all tapping into all of that energy and all of those things. They told y'all it was evil and demonic because they wanted to suppress your power. But you seeing a lot of people outside now, like, man, fuck all that. Look, look what I could do. They're like, look what I could do. You feel me? I seen a nigga making trees. I seen a dude make trees go this way and the leaves go that way at the same time. No AI. He stood in front of the camera like this. Look, no AI. Look at the backdrop. He picked up some grass. He said, look, I'm outside. That motherfucker got the got the, oh, my mama, the trees went this way, the leaves. I said, nah, if he did that, the wind don't even blow like that. For the trees to blow like that, So it's people showing you, and then this the thing, the government know that the time and space that we in, a lot of the stuff that people couldn't see, they're going to be able to see. You know what I'm saying? Like we 4D right now. So with that being said, the government has that understanding. They smarter than us. They years in front of society. So with that being said, they understand. So they'll put some shit like AI out. AI been a thing, but they'll put it out now because the truths of the world starting to come out. So now that AI exists, everybody will question the truths of the world. I told y'all the biggest trick they did was they made it to where the thing that you believe the most in, which I'm not saying you shouldn't believe in, but the thing you believe in the most in is faith-based, meaning literally by definition that you cannot prove it. You just believe in it. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's the thing you believe the most in. They made it to where in trade-off for that, which it shouldn't be one or the other. You should be able to do both, but most people can't. In trade-off for that, the things that you can see, they make you question. And that's the gotcha. And that's why these motherfuckers can hide in plain sight. And everybody like me is crazy until they decide to let you know that the shit real. Everybody like me who would tell you in 4th grade, I saw a UFO. Oh, come on. Your kids in their imaginations. Fast forward to now, a couple years ago, the government tell you like, yeah, they real. Oh my God, did you hear about the aliens? I told you in 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. And I've been blessed. I'm going to say it's a blessing because it's a gift and a curse for some, but I'm going to just say it's a blessing. I was born with the glasses on. I always saw this shit for what it was. I never was blind. There was a time where I was indoctrinated, but when I was indoctrinated, I was full of questions. So that lets you know how naive I wasn't. You feel me? I had all the questions. Oh my, I need this shit ain't adding up. I'm taking notes. You said this, then you said that, and that shit don't go together. Well, no, you think no, and then they'll tell you just pray about it. Come on, man. Who put you at the head of this motherfucker? Because the one at the head of this motherfucker gotta have some answers. Come on, man. So I always been that way. I've been blessed, and hopefully we can continue to crack codes, and the people that's not enlightened, or even people that's more enlightened than I am, can come to my channel, collab with me, add in the comments, teach me. I can teach the people and we can all just level up. You feel what I'm saying? We can all just level up for sure. But yeah, as far as just getting back to answering your base question, Justin, the scary movies, The Grudge, The Purge, Exorcism, Paranormal Activity, all of that stuff is available in this world if you open yourself up to it. If you want to open yourself up to paranormal activity, if you want to bring spirits into your home, it's certain things that you could do, and you can go ahead and do that. Now, when you open them portals and how crazy that get for you and what that's going to end up looking like, Godspeed, you know what I'm saying? But you can do it. If you just want to see if it's real, it's available to you for sure. If you want to be possessed, you can get possessed. It's a few different things you can call on and have that happen to you. Me personally, I'm a person that's closed off to that. I'm not open to paranormal activity, so I don't experience it. If I open myself up to it, I would experience it though, but I don't experience it. I'm not open to it. Like I don't try to talk to any of my relatives that's gone. I don't go see people that can actually tap in with them. I don't get visits in dreams, and I don't want any. So my relatives are respecting my wishes. Don't come see me if you did. I'll come see you. Fuck you talking about. Don't come see me if you did. That shit freaky. You know what I'm saying? I got relatives telling me like, oh yeah, I saw Granny in the hallway. And I seen the last time I seen Granny, she was getting cranked in the ground, and you telling me you seen her in the hallway? I'm cool. But yeah, man, it's been good talking with y'all, chat. Any more questions, chat? What's up? I told you, till I get to the end of this song, we're gonna take questions. What's up?
I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I'll be putting in long hours. I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Y'all put in that time, put in work. I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine. Mama mentality, shout out the bean. Coach life sweat, city society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bag work, 5 punch combination, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with me. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it in with me.
I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it in with me. All right, chat. Well, I guess it's a wrap, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop y'all comments on the playback. I appreciate y'all, man. If y'all don't do nothing else, make sure y'all stick to the codes. Yeah.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters, when left in the cold.